bitches go.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Gary Russell Jr. tries to violate, and he goes up to Leo Santa Cruz's dad. People feeling all types of way. So we got to talk about it. We unpack, coming to you live. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I was one of the first to cover this. Gary Russell Jr., he went up to Leo Santa Cruz's dad, put his arm around him and says, yo, your son is ducking. Won't. I got to fight your son. Leo, stop ducking me. His dad's right there. I don't know if he understood everything. Some people were saying he did. Some people were saying he didn't. And bottom line, he called out Leo Santa Cruz. Then after, on the video, he said something to the effect of like, I could have touched your pops. I was, he was within arm's reach. And, if I needed to do something, I could do something to him, and the internet went crazy and a ton of opinions. I talked about this on my live stream, but we're going to cook on the subject and talk about it with Leo Santa Cruz. And, get your dislikes out the way, get your likes out the way. We going talk about this. I'm gonna do it my way. Unpack. I don't give a fuck who want to hear it or not. The bottom line is this. I think we have turned into this PC society where people are uber sensitive and they sensationalize and take something that really could be, this big, maybe this big, and they turn it into this big, melodramatic Lifetime movie. What he did, whether you agree with the approach or even including, people are sensationalizing this to depict Gary Russell as this, monger of hate, and that he was trying to take somebody's illness because Leo Santa Cruz's dad had cancer. I'm not sure his current health, because last time I checked, I thought he was like battled cancer, beat it, and was in remission and was doing better, but some people are saying, oh, his dad is sick and ill. I don't even know if people know the, the up to the minute health of Leo Santa Cruz's dad, but people start sensationalizing this and turning it into something like he was scaring Leo Santa Cruz's dad and his dad is terminally ill and he was doing this to fuck with Leo Santa Cruz. And I didn't see all that. I don't think, like, you got to look at it. First of all, Gary Russell Jr. is a professional fighter. He has an amateur pedigree. All of his brothers of the same name, basically, they all fight. He comes from a fight family, right? You got to look at it. Why would Gary Russell Jr., first of all, need to do anything to Leo Santa Cruz's dad? This is a guy who, on his own, in real fights with people his age or, professional fighters in his age group, he gets knockouts. He, beats the shit out of his opponent, Kiko Martinez and whatnot. Why would he have to do something to somebody's father, first of all? And again, the video, people are saying, because he did say it kind of, like, I could touch your father if I want to or something like that. But people use this to blow it out of proportion in my view, and I don't know what's gotten into boxing where we're so sensitive. I don't think it's just boxing. I think it's just the world at large, society. We're trying to be so PC. There's a lot of movements where if you say one thing, then I remember Genuine, there was a transgender character on some reality show he was on, Big Brother or whatever, and then the transgender character, it was a man who identifies with a woman, said something like to Genuine, oh, if I kiss you, what would you do? And he was like, oh, that's not my thing, I wouldn't want to kiss. And people got mad at Genuine for saying and said he was transphobic or whatever the term is, transphobic, because he didn't want to kiss somebody else. Like, so if I go up to any girl and try to kiss her and she says, no, I'm not interested, or I'm dating someone, I'm seeing someone, and I kiss her anyway, then I would be on some Bill Cosby. I would like to talk to you about the putting the jello. Bro, I would be condemned. I would be arrested. I would be on the Me Too list, something. So how is it we've come to a society where he didn't say anything criminal. He didn't say anything against any group of people. He just said, oh, I wouldn't prefer a kiss. That's not my thing. And people somehow were mad at Genuine, and I look at similar situation. We are talking about the fight game. This is really not for the faint of the heart. A week or so ago, Tyson Fury's eye had like a 2.5, 3-inch cut. It was deep. It was bleeding. His face, he looked like Two-Face. That's what Wilder said. Looked like Two-Face. It was very grotesque. It was very gruesome. We see this type of stuff. And I call it selective and fake outrage. We really going to unpack this. I call it selective and fake outrage because people pick and choose what they want to get triggered with, what really grinds their gears. And they're taking this Gary Russell situation and overdoing it and sensationalizing it. So, for example, simple Google search. This is just recent. Conor McGregor, video of Conor McGregor punching old man. McGregor, TMZ, they got the little red arrows. The old man Conor McGregor hit had a hell of a chin. Chael Sonnen was talking about it, right? This is August 15th. This just happened, right? TMZ, shout out to them. This is what I'm talking about. Selective, fake ass outrage. And I'm not going to play their clip for copyright reasons, so let me pause it. But they got the clip. I'll try to link it. The sucker punch. Bro, he just punched Conor McGregor in Ireland. As the story goes, the guy didn't want to drink his whiskey, his brand of whiskey. Says Conor McGregor punches old man in the head over whiskey shots caught on video. August 15th. Hold on. Update. Hold on. Let me pause. Damn, they got this shit on autoplay. Hold on. Dana White joined Harvey and Charles TMZ live and addressed the video of Conor punching an elderly man. You're talking about a pub in Ireland. Know how many guys get punched in the face every day in a pub in Ireland? Yeah, a lot. But this is a high profile guy, White says. Bottom line is when you're not a regular guy, you're a high profile guy, you're a professional fighter, you can't do it. That you can't do. When you're Conor McGregor, you can't do it. Conor McGregor uncorked a shot to the head of an elderly man in an Irish bar in dispute over whiskey. Conor's whiskey, and TMZ got the video showing the violence. The absurd attack went down Marble Arch Pub in Dublin, April 6th. Conor walked in and lined up cups for bar patrons, looking to buy a round of his proper 12 whiskey for everyone. The problem started when the guy opted out, so the guy didn't want to drink proper 12 whiskey. Conor placed the cup in front of him not once but twice, and the guy still refused. Unclear if words were exchanged between them, but after Conor downed a shot with the other drinkers, he unexpectedly threw his notorious left fist right in the face of the old man who rejected the booze. Wow. Two people immediately grabbed McGregor, pulled him out of the bar. The violence was reported to cops who announced back in April they'd opened an investigation. It's unclear if it's still active. There are no reports of Conor ever being charged, even though cops have been reportedly seen the video. Perhaps most of all, the poor old pub patron who got socked didn't even get knocked off his stool. People are tougher in Ireland, apparently. The video is just the latest evidence of McGregor losing his cool and acting like a thug outside of the octagon. He dodged felony charges in New York last year when he smashed a bus window with a dolly, injuring several UFC people, right? And you'll recall months before the Dublin, he smashed a phone out of a fan's hand in Miami. He was arrested. This is all in the article and on tape. We reached out to McGregor, but so far no word back. We also called the pub and they have no comment. And there was another incident where it was a Bellator card where Conor McGregor's buddy fought, and I think he got a knockout. And then Conor McGregor leaped over the cage, the octagon, and started pushing the ref for the Bellator. This is all in the last year and a half, right? So fast forward to Leo Santa Cruz. Gary Russell, whether you agree with his video or his method to try to get Leo Santa Cruz in the ring, it obviously woke people up. But he did not lay hands on Leo Santa Cruz's pops. He may have, whatever he said, I have to go watch the video again, to be honest. I don't know what he said. Like, I don't remember like verbatim what he said, but he didn't actually touch him. He didn't do anything. It's not like he threw him in the back of a van, bound and gagged, hit him with some chloroform, threw him in the van, tied him up and took him for a joyride to scare him at gunpoint. That's what fans are acting like Gary Russell did. So it's ironic that if you have the complexion for the protection, things get blown even more out of proportion. Again, if you're going to condemn Gary, and this ain't no Tekashi shit, the shit with Conor McGregor is public knowledge. I'm not telling you, bringing anything to light that the world doesn't already know, right? So if we're going to condemn Gary Russell for using his words, how come we don't see this same energy with Conor McGregor? This just happened. This was just reported in the States in August. Conor, he already fought off felony charges for the UFC bus attack, which people got glass in their eye. I think Rose, the chick with the shaved head that fights, she recently lost. She said she was traumatized. People on the card could not fight. And then on top of that, Khabib Nurmagomedov was on the bus. And when in the promotion for Conor Nurmagomedov, Conor was saying he hit on the bus like a woman and he was scared and he was trembling and these types of things. Yet and still, this Gary Russell Jr. seems to have, rocked boxing to its core. And people are tweeting and all types of absurdities. It's hilarious to me how Gary Russell putting his hand around Leo's dad, calling it the sun out, which is the real energy was directed. He didn't so much as make Leo Santa Cruz, his dad looked like he was smiling, He didn't lift his hand and make him flinch and punk him or do anything like that. Yet and still, this seems to be high on everyone's mind, and they're making it sound like Gary Russell is just public enemy number one. He's the new Ted Bundy. He just needs to be locked in chains, and he's attacking elderly people at random and looking for people with terminal illness. Like, that's the first thing on his mind. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to call Leo Santa Cruz out, and you think he's thinking about his dad. If I go and taunt Leo through his dad, right? I'm thinking about his health, and he's at a fight in the locker room, presumably training or, witnessing maybe a fighter in their stable. Come on, man. That's looking way too far into it. And I don't believe that's the case. I think ultimately, whether you agree or not, Gary Russell was trying to get a rise and a reaction and taunt and piss off Leo Santa Cruz to get him in the ring. That's what this is about, And the funny thing is, I did a video about it, and I'm hearing all types of, people talking like it's like a cartel war or, mafioso. Like this is like back and forth gang bang, like two sides, known enemies. I can't believe he did this and stuff. And I'm seeing heinous comments like, Gary Russell might get found chopped into pieces and in a car, a van. His car might get shot up and stuff like that. So let me get this straight for the people who are advocating for this to escalate outside of, pure boxing and call outs and stuff. So it's wrong for him to try to get a reaction and use his words and put his arm around Leo's dad. But the people who are inciting comments like, oh, Gary Russell should be harmed or shot at or chopped up or dipped in acid, that's perfectly fine. In all actuality, nothing happened. And back to the initial point, Conor McGregor punched an elderly man in the face because he was at a bar and didn't want to drink his brand of whiskey. Leo Santa Cruz's dad was not touched, and I'm glad it didn't, escalate to anything like that. The other issue I have with this is there is an easy solution and resolution to this. That's for them to fight. That's what people don't let this bullshit and fake outrage distract you from the reason Gary Russell even did this, which was to call out Leo Santa Cruz for a belt, for a fight, for unification. They're saying Leo's one of the best. He's saying he's one of the best. He beat him in the amateurs. He was trying to get a rise out of you, nothing more, nothing less, and it seems to work. To this point, at the point of me recording the video, I have not heard one response from Leo Santa Cruz. I think he should respond. This is what this is about, right? So people are like, something needs to be done, and Gary Russell can't come to LA, and it's a no-fly zone. What are we talking about? This is boxing. Something can be done. Leo Santa Cruz should sign a contract, get with his team, call Al and say, this motherfucker's pissing me off. He just crossed the line. Let's make the fight. Everything else has to wait. I got to take care of this, Al. Boom. Similarly, Canelo Alvarez had been taunted and called out by Erislandy Lara for over a year, right? Canelo, after losing to Mayweather, he was coming off a loss, and Alfredo Angulo was coming off a loss. Canelo stopped Angulo. Then he was doing his post-fight press conference. For whatever reason, Erislandy Lara, because I think Golden Boy and Al Heyman were still working together at the time. Anyway, Erislandy Lara was there, and he jumped on stage, and he started calling out Canelo in front of spectators and media and family and whoever else was at the press conference. This bothered Canelo. Because he tried to upstage him and embarrass him. And for the young boxing fans that, this was years ago, they may not remember this. Look, Erislandy Lara confronts Canelo at post-fight, March 9th, 2014. You see him on stage, right? So he confronted him. Let me see if I can find the picture. This is the fight. This is when the fight was announced. After being upstaged by Erislandy Lara. Hold on. Let me add confront. Look, right there. Boom. This is everything I'm saying. This is after the Angulo. You see the date, March 8th, blah, blah, blah. Erislandy Lara was tired of chasing Canelo and trying to get a fight. So he did something more extreme and interrupted Canelo's post-fight victory speech where he's supposed to just be, really celebrating. And he tried to put, like Boxing Ego, he tried to put Canelo in the hot seat, apply pressure. No more, no less. That's what Gary Russell did. He's trying to apply pressure to Leo Santa Cruz to get a fight. Challenge his manhood. Demetrius Andrade, he's trying to fight Canelo. He called Canelo a B word. He said, Canelo, where your cojones at? Right? This is what fighters do when they're trying to get a fight and they feel like they've been ducked, they've been avoided. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Erislandy Lara was able to get, as you see, the Canelo fight off of his actions. So that's simply put, that's what it is. But props to Lara and props to Canelo because we were able to get a great fight from it. Canelo was like, this dude been calling me out for a minute, but enough is enough. He crossed the line getting, interrupting my press conference. I'm not having that. Now you trying to insult my chista, you trying to insult my gangster. So Canelo fought the man. Simply put, that's what Leo Santa Cruz should do. We Unpacked coming to you live. He needs to fight him. People are looking and searching, trying to pull resorting to violence and no-fly zones and people getting shot and stabbed and maimed and stuff. What are we talking about? This is boxing. He called them out to box. They're two professional fighters. I can understand if Leo Santa Cruz was a soccer player or played tennis, right? And Gary Russell, a professional fighter, was calling him out because, that wouldn't be fair. These are two guys in the same division currently that have experience from the amateurs. They're aligned with the same, no different sides of the streets or anything. They're aligned with the same advisor. There is absolutely no reason this fight shouldn't happen. And for anyone who said, oh, Gary Russell, he'll get his ass whooped, let's see the fight. That's it. I told you guys for years, LSI. Leo Santa Cruz just fought Rafael Riviera This was a replacement opponent to his other opponent that got injured or some reason pulled out. And that's who he fought his only fight this year. This was after Keith Thurman and Jose Cito Lopez fought. It was like a couple weeks after that fight. So this is who he fought. Then he fought Abner Mares the second time, and Chris Avalos and Carl Frampton the second time. Gary Russell and both Leo Santa Cruz fought Kiko Martinez, and then Abner Mares. And then these are the names before Leo Santa Cruz really started popping. So I think Leo Santa Cruz is due up for a good, sturdy name, big fight. Jose Cayetano, Jesus Ruiz, Manuel Roman, Christian Mahadas. That was a pretty good fight for, but the guy had a 49-7 resume. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen, a guy like the Abner Mares. That was in 2015 and then 2018. But he had already beat Mares. You get what I'm saying? So I think Leo should, if he feels a type of way, he should absolutely oblige this and say, enough is enough. I'm sick of Gary Russell being all in the video, all in my face, and calling him out. And that's what people are forgetting. They're so angered. Here's a good picture of them. See, that's what I'm saying. People are saying he has cancer. This was from June. I thought he beat the cancer. I thought it was in remission, to be honest. It said, "Happy Father's Day to my father." I don't know if maybe this is an old picture. Who made so many sacrifices for our family 14 weeks ago. But anyway, the bottom line is this. He should absolutely fight the man. If you feel that he crossed the line of violating, you don't have to be taken to warfare outside. Get paid for it. Box, where you both can come back from it. May the best man win, period. I'm seeing comments on my video and people are saying all types of different things. Like, oh man, you gotta fight him now. I would never let someone do that. But then there's also people that are trying to escalate this into some, criminal activity and gang warfare, just weird shit. And people saying something needs to be done. This is not cool. Something can be done. See, the bottom line is this. From my view, a lot of the fans are fearful. They don't know if Leo Santa Cruz can beat Gary Russell Jr. and his, more so than the father, anything really happening to him, his pride was affected. This is a guy who is trying to make you look bad and trying to call you out in an aggressive fashion. And some of the fans are fearful because they don't know. Gary Russell already beat Leo Santa Cruz in the amateurs. They don't know if Leo Santa Cruz has what it takes to beat him. And they feel like Gary Russell's trying to embarrass him and violate. And the thing that's angering them or triggering them is the pride. His pride is affected. And that's why they're resorting, like you've seen these extreme comments. Because the most simplistic resolution to this whole thing was he tried to embarrass you. Get him back in the ring, period. Get him in the ring, say enough is enough, and beat him. And we'll get to that in a second. See, shout out to Afro Rican G. Boy, if I was Leo Santa Cruz, I'd be pissed as fuck. Some, quote, boxing fans are just too soft, laughing my ass off. Y'all keep forgetting this is a savage sport for cruel people. It is what it is. Russell Jr. versus Santa Cruz. Let's go. Facts. That's exactly how I feel. People are acting like, Gary Russell's going to the St. Jude's Hospital or Make-A-Wish Foundation looking to fight people. He wants to fight Leo Santa Cruz. He's even done videos since then clarifying, like, no, I respect his dad. His dad got him to this point. And you see the dislikes and, people are disliking the video anyway. He's already told you that he doesn't have any intentions of doing anything or would never do anything to his father. And they still mad. Leo needs to fight the man. Leo could have fought Guillermo Rigondeaux. The fight never manifested. Let's not let that happen again. They should absolutely fight. Look at Afro Rican. I agree with him. He tried to get under your skin. Seems to have worked from the fans. Your pride was, affected or insulted. Now, what's your next move? The ball's kind of in Leo Santa Cruz's corner. Johnny says, damn, bro, if I was Leo Santa Cruz, I would call Al Heyman to make the fight happen immediately. ASAP Rocky. Hell of a move, got every Mexican mad as fuck right now. Talk to the fighter. No need to go feel and hug somebody's father and be fake about it. See, what is Jonathan Lambarina talking about? He wasn't being fake. He called his son out in front of the dad. What is there being fake about? Whatever. Dana Jones, Gary's youngest brother, was on the undercard. Shaking my head. No respect. Come on, man. Bro, this is boxing. Mike Tyson, he said, I wish y'all had children for I can thump on their testicles. Cause that's the pain I wake up with every day. Bro, Tyson said the craziest thing. People love him. Like I said, there's Conor McGregor. Punched an old man in the face over some whiskey. Where's the outrage for this shit? New media killing y'all. Well, now it's Leo's move. Now he said, well, now that Leo attempts to move to 130 and face Tank is dead, it makes sense to unify with Gary Russell. Facts. Disrespectful bastard. I like it though. They big mad. This is up there with Shannon Briggs. That's another person. Shannon Briggs, he taunts people and he grabbed David Haye's hair. If David Haye didn't like it, he should have fought him. You know, Klitschko, he knocked him off his paddleboard or wakeboard or whatever. Bro, this is boxing. We see this stuff all the time. That's why I don't understand how the game's gotten so soft. Is it because Tekashi's telling? Jesse said, Leo better step up. That was straight disrespect. Gary is a true gangster. Jesse Oros. See? There's a lot of people that are saying similar stuff. All the smoke. Us fans are tired of the ducking. LDTB said, Leo's the biggest coward in boxing, no cap. Gary Russell's savage for this. But for real, though, Leo Santa Cruz got to make that fight happen. Total disrespect. There has to be payback. That's my Capitol Heights brother. We petty like that. I would take the fight. Why everyone crying for a bunch of snowflakes? Running up on Pops is not going to remove the coward from Cruz's heart. He'll be mad for a few days and continue ducking. He is afraid that's not going to change. I know my Pops would have got it popping on sight. It just took a beat down. Fact. You know what I'm saying? See, look, this is the tough North side reviews. This can get you killed. What are we talking about? What did he do that's going to get him killed, bro? Like, nothing happened to Santa Cruz's pot. That's what I'm saying. That's that gangster talk. What do we do? And it's even worse. You go on Instagram and shit. Don't forget about Keith Loudmouth Thurman's daddy had to apologize to Pac. I don't even know what that's about. Y'all acting like he went and slapped his dad. Pops didn't even understand what he said. I really hope he gets some kind of see. This is what I'm talking about. I really hope he gets some kind of repercussions because this is not okay. 22 people liked it. The repercussions could be the son, the professional fighter, fighting Gary Russell and beating him. If he does that, there's the justice. We don't need street justice. That would be justice in itself. What are people talking about? They're acting like a woman just got beat by a man or something. And then everyone just watched it and like, oh, I hope someone gets that guy. You know, somebody can get that guy. And it's Leo Santa Cruz. He's the fighter. This happened to your family, La Familia. I don't understand. Y'all not looking familiar. Bars, let's get it. I'm not understanding it. Leo's not going to fight him. To me, Gary did what he had to do just to make the fight. He been calling out Leo. He called out Loma, Tank, Carl, Frampton. That's facts. He called out all those people. I don't know, but no one would get that close to my family and not have to fight me. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's looking bad, man. I felt bad for the dad a little when he said, you like this? They act like he was tied up. Like, what are people talking about? Tell Leo to get in the ring if you're upset, you marshmallows. Gary might get his whole family whacked. See, that's what I'm saying. People's pride is affected, so they saying all this gangster shit. Like, you know, like this is Pablo Escobar. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit. Why would his family get whacked? What are you talking about? Leo should just fight him. Stop trolling. I don't even know who did this. I could touch him, the ultimate respect. I don't deal with my pops that often, but I wish a motherfucker would, especially in my craft. They're going to have to come see me. I'm so fucked up behind this gangster shit. Ready to fight. Oh, wow. Yeah, Russell, this was genius. Hashtag Me Too. Yeah, the Me Too move is smoke. I love it. Leo Santa Cruz going to duck as usual. No respect for the Santa Cruz protectors. That's a pull-up. New media. Look, this I love my job. Bro, look. Move in silence, but your ass is talking. He got a picture of Trump as Scarface, and he says, Ego, you are a joke. How am I a joke? I didn't even do none of that. I'm not involved. I'm not. First of all, I weigh over 230 pounds. So this is above my, this ain't even in my weight class. Like, this is their problem. How am I a joke? See, motherfuckers will say anything. They'll say anything to avoid the work. Like, this ain't my issue. I don't have a problem with Leo Santa Cruz, his pops. I don't have a problem with Gary Russell, his brother. How am I a joke? This dude a punk, Angelic Perez. You never threaten a Latino fan, boy gonna get clapped in Southern California. See? That's what I'm saying. These are the comments. Why you gotta get clapped? Why can't Leo Santa Cruz fight him? You know? Why he trying to duck his mandatory? Oh, okay. So you would see excuses. You would rather Gary Russell after trying to violate, and it's so disrespectful. That's what people are saying. You'd rather him fight his mandatory than a unification with another champion. Look, Luis Corona. Look at the names, faces, and profile pics of the people doing the most hating. He ain't gonna call out Lomachenko though. What does Lomachenko have to do with this? Lomachenko's pops didn't get pulled up on or anything. What you gonna do, Leo? Laughing my ass off. Leo, don't box him in the ring. Look, they're telling it. Look, Leo, don't box, in all caps. Leo, don't box him in the ring. This is all in my video. Keep the same energy and bring it to Gary Russell's front doorstep. For anyone that thinks it's wrong to want to take it to some street shit, then guess what? Y'all, Gary Russell and Tekashi 6ix9ine are all cut from the same cloth. Want to play with that bad energy and act like a wolf, then want to blame the real wolves for matching your energy. Fuck out of here. What is he talking about? Bro, he put his hand around Pops and said, I want to fight your son, blah, blah, blah. Russell beats Leo. Motherfuckers sound fearful. This is Fear Factor. The latest episode of Fear Factor, right? And to make that more fucked up, we unpack. So my final point is this. Leo Santa Cruz tells Gary Russell Jr. that he wants to fight. Leo Santa Cruz, I want revenge on Gary Russell. This is from 2018. Leo Santa Cruz wants revenge on Gary Russell amateur, right? I would like to fight Gary Russell. Santa Cruz, 2018. Hopefully I'll get my rematch with Gary Russell. Mades, why isn't Leo Santa Cruz fighting Gary Russell next? See? Even Mades said it. So this dates back, and you know, I'm sure Google algorithm pulls up more of the current, you know, like more recent shit. Look, he's saying I want revenge in 2018. We still don't have the fight. There's only one way to solve this. There's only one way to solve this. And y'all know what that way, y'all know what that way is. Look. Fight Hype has an interview. September 24th, 2018. Leo Santa Cruz tells Gary Russell Jr., quote, I want rematch from amateurs, gives update on his December fight. Look, we unpack coming to you live. This was from September of last year. We still ain't got the fight. So to me, if people are so offended and pride was hurt, then do what Canelo did to Erislandy Lara and then finally take the man up on the order. It doesn't have to escalate to street shit or whatever people are talking about, you know. And for the people who are acting as if he was purposely trying to I don't know, beat up or whatever they think he was going to do, beat up somebody with an illness. Come on, bro. Like, do you really think that's his intent? Or do you think he wants to stop playing games? He wants to embarrass and put the pressure and put the, you know, the full court press on Leo Santa Cruz to take the fight and embarrass him in front of his fans. That's it. So I think people are overreacting to the situation and just really turning it into something it didn't have to be. Leo Santa Cruz's pops is 100% okay. Nothing happened from any of the Russells. And don't let that distract you from the reality. This has been brewing for years. I've told you on my channel, you know, we could probably find videos from me, you know, that Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell is an awesome fight. I know I've talked about it for years. Right? Look, I interviewed Gary Russell. Gary Russell outs Gervonta Tank Davis, says Leo Santa Cruz ain't changed since the amateurs. This was when he fought on the Wilder card. You know? Look, breaking. This is 7 months ago, you see? Leo Santa Cruz declares Gervonta and Gary Russell targets. Gary Russell wants Leo Santa Cruz. This was at his fight. See, I got it all. This is 4 months ago. You know, what are we talking about? This has been going on. This has literally been going on. We unpacked.
At what point in the fight did you realize that it's the Gary Russell shot?
All the gloves on.
Watch this.
Skill set is much better. I think what you see with Leo, what you see with a lot of these guys, you know, they don't have to make the necessary adjustments. That's what we do.
Great performance tonight. How would you assess your performance? What did you do? What do you think that you did exceptionally, or what do you think you could work on?
We just control the time, dictated everything that went on. We control the pace. You know, that's pretty.
Look.
I became a world champion. All I wanted was a notification about any of the guys that I've been competing against. Those guys that was worked their way all the way up to ranking to be able to challenge for WC, featherweight title.
Look, his shirt says Leo next. What's up, Al? Bro, I forgot about this. I was at the fight. I filmed this in the front row. He said, pay attention to my shirt. Bro, it's over for old media. I told you, we unpacked. I forgot about that. Look, Leo next. So this is before the dad shit. So this is proof that this is going on. And he didn't even just do this to Leo Santa Cruz. He called out Tank Davis too. He wants to fight. The man is hungry. He's probably 30, 31, whatever age he is. He wants to fight these guys, the top big names, the big checks, to prove his skill set. Wow, I forgot he had it. It says Leo, obviously Leo Santa Cruz. He ain't talking about DiCaprio. Leo next. What's up, Al? Bro, this is from May 19th. This is the Wilder Brazil card that I went to. So this ain't nothing new. He been calling out Leo Santa Cruz. So we can't let the Rigondeaux fight, what happened to that, and none of the guys in the weight class, from Carl Frampton to Scott Quigg to Leo Santa Cruz, none of them fought him. And then Rigondeaux had to keep getting older, fighting random guys that don't really sharpen the skill set, whoever he could fight. Those fights were lasting 1 or 2 rounds, like Moises Flores, you know, faked, flopped, and, you know, got him disqualified or tried to, right? And then he had to move up and fight Lomachenko. So I think, bottom line, Leo Santa Cruz, he should fight Gary Russell. Okay, Gary Russell's wearing shirts and shit saying, let's fight. Gary Russell has a fight. Leo, what's up next? Come on, Al, let's make it. Then he's running up your pop. People are feeling whatever they feel about that, you know? And if you feel disrespect, he basically felt he had to take it there to get a reaction out of you. Now the ball's in Leo's court. They got to make this fight, point blank, period. And if you look at, like I said, Leo's recent resume, Gary Russell would be the best name that he's fought. Momentum, skill set, a guy beat him in the amateurs, speed from hell, right? That would be the best fight he's fought in quite some time. I've always thought Gary Russell would beat Carl Frampton. Carl Frampton ducked him too, you know? Carl Frampton is 22-0, 23-0. Gary Russell has 1 loss to Lomachenko, who's supposed to be pound for pound #1. So there's really no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? Leo has to fight this man. You know, look at Gary Russell's record. He got a better record than Frampton. Plus, he has faster hands. He's 30-1. I think he beat Joseph Jojo Diaz, who's an Olympian and relevant. Bro, Leo got to fight him. That's just what it is. Let me know what you guys think. We unpack. This has been going on. I think Gary Russell, I don't think he intended to, you know, try to knock out an ailing father or whatever people are trying to spin this into. I think this is about him. He's growing impatient and what he wants and his desire. Because you remember when Gary Russell had that shirt at the Wilder fight, I have the video. This is from May. This is from Wilder, Brazil. He wore the shirt. He had a great performance. It was a mutual opponent to a guy that Leo also fought. And guess what? We never heard nothing manifest. So I think he's getting tired of playing the waiting game. So desperate times call for desperate measures. That's it. Let me know what you guys think. We unpacked. I unpacked that one. Coming to you live. Smash the like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe, like, we working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.